So, what did we think of pitching this movie? Why don't we make a vampire movie that's set in caveman times? You look like a caveman right now.
I was going for a camel.
What? How many humps does a camel have? Pop quiz.
Several, but it hides most of them.
Yeah. He's a camel incognito.
Yeah. There's another place vampires can't go. In a camel's hump.
That's an enclosed space, though, is it not?
Yeah, it's an enclosed space. Vampires can't go in there.
Well, there you go. Thanks for listening, guys.
If you've enjoyed listening to Enclosed Spaces, the podcast.
Let's try and do a quick pitch. What can we do with the vampire genre that people haven't done yet?
Okay. A musical.
They've done vampire musicals, have they not?
Have they?
There must be one out there. Let me do a quick Google search. Vampire musical.
Vampire Play-Doh-mation.
Dance of the Vampires. It's a musical, but I think it's German because it says Das Musical. So it does exist. Or there's Dracula the musical.
Oh, okay.
Was Phantom of the Opera a vampire? No, he wasn't.
Nah,
he was
a phantom.
He was just some guy in a cave.
Yeah, just some guy in a.
What about
The Phantom's back.
Are you doing
every time they hit chopsticks?
Hotel Reverie from Black Mirror.
Yes.
They're all vampires.
Phantom of the Hotel.
Phantom of the Vampire Hotel. No, name some movie genres for me.
Let's mash it all together. Phantom of the Opera, but he's also a zombie and a vampire.
Yep.
And a mummy. No. What could we do? So musical's been done.
What about we set it up as a mummy movie, but it turns out he's a vampire?
Yeah, and he's wearing
he rips the bandages off. Yeah,
he's wearing the straps because that protects him from the sun. But then as soon as the sun goes down, he's like, time to show you who I really am. I'm back again. I'm here for a bite to eat.
But he sounds Egyptian. He's got the he's got those fangs out and he's like Emotep. I don't know. I'm trying to draw something from the Brendan Fraser.
That's funny. Yeah, we could do something with that.
Is it funny though, or am I just clutching at straws here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that could be his cover while he's wrapped up.
I'm just thinking swashbuckling action adventure from the 1930s. Yeah. And then bait and switch. Oh, it's a vampire movie now.
Yeah. Quasi Indiana Jones.
But The Mummy was essentially a vampire movie, wasn't it? Kind of. He's gone and sucked people's souls out.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But if you get your soul sucked, you don't become a soul sucker yourself.
No.
Isn't that so like life?
Yeah. But then he does also control a bunch of minions who go Emotep.
Yeah, he does.
For about an hour. Dracula.
Steve. Steve turned those ones. Steve.
Yeah. Who's the soundtrack by? Because Sinners, they had a cracking soundtrack. So
was it Ludwig Göransson? He did.
Ludwig Göransson did the music for it, which I was surprised to see. I was like, oh, I didn't know his name was attached to this. But soundtrack by Queen because of your T-shirt.
Yeah, and that would lead an element of like camp to it.
Yeah,
that it could have. Like
Camp Dracula.
Like Flash Gordon, Camp Dracula. I like it.
Yeah, Camp Dracula. It could be a double entendre. And I don't know, it starts off as a mummy movie. He goes, what is this movie really? Who plays the mummy / Dracula?
Who plays the mummy? So I suppose that could be a bit of stunt casting that we don't reveal as well. So you don't know who's playing the villain until. So they're not featured in the trailers. Their names aren't on the credits.
We can go both ways. We can make it really good, or we can make it really bad. If we were to ruin it, we can be like, "Hey, Jared Leto, put him in there." Sam Worthington, only if he does his mocap from Avatar 2. because you prefer that than actual Sam Worthington.
That'd be so just. Let's see.
Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a good actor. Tom Hanks, he's the vampire.
Way too nice. He'd be way too nice. Who could we have?
Who plays RoboCop? Peter Weller.
I don't know if he'd maybe be a bit too old for it. I don't know.
Tommy Wiseau.
The Room fame. It depending on where you want to go with the film, that would be perfect casting.
Yeah. Because you start rolling it back, and then you've got the long black hair, and then he's like unraveling it, and then like
he's got the sunglasses on still.
He's got sunglasses. He's got really pure white skin.
Yeah,
and then suddenly you reveal the rest of his face, and he's like, "What a story!
What? Yeah,
what a story,
reveal,
mummy!
Mark.
What a."
And every time every time he reveals his fangs, he does the laugh. And then they just grow.
Yeah, and I guess maybe at one point when they're trying to stake him with the stake, he's like, "You're tearing me apart, Mr. Steven." I don't know. Whoever the protagonist is.
I don't know if we want to fill this with too many Room references.
Yeah.
But I think Tommy Wiseau as the vampire is good. I was thinking like A-list, like sticking like George Clooney or something like that. But I like the way you've gone with it.
Okay, but George Clooney could be the main protagonist, who's head to head with mummy/vampire/Tommy Wiseau.
Or could he be the elder statesman who knows about the secret of the mummy, but the mummy gets to him first? So George Clooney, he's a couple of days shooting. He's only in the movie for 5 minutes.
That's right.
But he's like the mentor character, and the main character's like, "Oh yeah, I've just got to go," because it's the 30s, so they can't just like text each other.
No,
there's no email. So he says to the others, I've got to go and see George Clooney, and he's going to tell me all about. He's going to tell me the secret of the mummy. So I don't have to bother.
He sends a carrier pigeon over to. You said they can't text, right?
Yeah. And then a carrier pigeon gets back to him, and it's just written in blood. He's dead.
It's blood, but it's in Egyptian hieroglyphics. So like they're getting mixed messages.
Oh, okay. So they have to translate it as well. Yeah. So it's clearly like something really violent has happened because it's written in blood. Yeah. And it's like the blood it's almost like this blood is still fresh.
Yeah.
But they're like, I don't know what it says. I guess we're going to translate it. And they get as far as like he's D. I know this isn't how hieroglyphics work, but he's D-E-A. Okay, let's find out what the last letter is. Dead? And then they can be...
Yeah. And then, so how does the story
They
end?
go and find his body, and they see that he's been... see, what would happen? Because if they found him with fang marks,
right,
obvious vampire.
Yeah. But the vampire, the fang marks don't have to be on the neck. It could be in any part of the body, right? It could be. You see that he's got a bit of a bandage around from the leftover of the mummy.
Yeah. So all the victims are bandaged.
Yeah.
So they think, it's some twisted mummy sacrificial thing. and then halfway through the movie, when it's revealed that he's a vampire, they go, wait a minute. Unwrap that bandaging, and they unwrap it, and they see the fang marks, and that's when now I show you who I really am.
Yeah. And then how does it end then?
Well, who plays the main person?
The main person that's going head to head.
George Clooney is the mentor type.
Okay.
So who's the one that goes up against the mummy vampire?
Do we want to ruin this movie with a person with the most amount of Instagram followers?
Nah, let's not do that again.
Or do we want to get a new?
No, because I think we're getting a genuinely good B movie going here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's
B movie stars.
I think we go with someone young, up and coming.
Yeah. Young and up and coming. Tom Holland. No, he's not up and coming. He's already established, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all good.
Upcoming actors. or actress. Let's see.
Rising stars, ones to watch.
Austin Butler.
We could give a bit of a comeback to Rachel Zegler, because she's gotten a bit of stick lately with Snow White, and Snow White didn't do well. So maybe we give her a comeback, but also we can get her quite cheap.
Yeah,
because the last big film she did was Snow White. So
no one's hiring her again,
because we've already spent all our money on Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes.
But then, if there's anything to go by with what Rachel Zegler has recently been doing about the Snow White, nobody seems to like what she's saying in the press. They all said, like, yeah, you should probably keep your mouth shut about how you think Disney is woke and all this kind of nonsense. And that's one of the reasons why people didn't like the movie, because they didn't like Rachel Zegler as a person. So what if she ends up coming out and saying, like, oh, gosh, vampires, outdated, am I right? Mummies are in, and then she ends up ruining the movie.
Nah, I think
perfect.
Right.
Let's cast her.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of that is just media types saying.
Probably.
Like, you know how you get those newspaper articles that are like, you can't even say Merry Christmas anymore.
Yeah.
So you
can't even say Emotep anymore. So Jerry Bruckheimer, Joel Silver. How does the movie end? I guess is it going to be like
it could end very camply, where he turns from Dracula into Dragula, and he gets into drag. He gets into drag, and he does a song and dance with Rachel Zegler, and they become best friends. She could become a vampire. The movie ends with the vampires win.
They end up on RuPaul's Dracula race, and RuPaul comes up and says, lip sync for your life, or you will end up being a vampire too. And then RuPaul also has fangs.
Oh, okay, RuPaul's a vampire.
Yeah.
And what? But Rachel Zegler, does she?
She has to start doing TikTok dances.
Yeah, but does it work? Does she survive?
What if it's the question mark cliffhanger? Stay tuned for the sequel.
This would be so lame. We could do like it's a lip sync battle between her and Tommy Wiseau's character, and then we get people to vote, because we can just do a giant focus group. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey guys, we haven't even shot the ending. Vote for the one that you want.
Every seat has a little,
and then we'll shoot it.
Yeah, there's a button that says Rachel Zegler or
Tommy Wiseau.
Was it Tommy Wiseau? Yeah.
Press their faces if you like them.
And then we'll shoot the movie. And in order to be able to get the funding for the movie, we need Jerry Bruckheimer to fund this. So, Jerry, if you're listening,
come on, Jerry.
we've been doing.
We mentioned certain key producers. I looked some of them up. Some of them are dead. So we are.
Wait, which one's dead? Wait,
I can't remember, but we have routinely been asking one or two dead people to finance.
Don't tell me Don Simpson,
which is very fitting for this movie that we're making here. And then the sequel can be set in World War II.
Oh no, Don Simpson,
isn't it?
Don Simpson died in 1996.
Yeah, we've been asking Don Simpson to be financing our movies. He's been dead for
10 years, 20 years almost.
So yeah, that could be the sequel, World War II.
There we go.
But we can't say too much about it because we haven't got the votes in yet as to whether Rachel Zegler makes it.
Yeah, we'll see if she ends up coming out with some sort of controversy, and then we can do the whole replace Kevin Spacey
by controversy. Do you mean she says that a really old story has not aged well? Which is
she says
it's
like
not really
you can't
controversial, is it?
Says you can't make mummies anymore because that's insensitive to mummies. I don't know.
But from what I gather, all she said was, "Hey, this movie from like almost 100 years ago, some of it hasn't aged well."
Yeah,
that's pretty much all she said. And then people are now going, "Oh, how dare she say this about?" Yeah, but it's true. Take any story, Disney or not. Take any story from 100 years ago. I bet that there are parts of it that haven't aged well.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying like the public don't seem to like what she's saying. But you're making a movie for the public, so they're going to have something to say. So,
as we've established, Leslie, I think the public are idiots. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Wednesday.
Thank you, audience.
They want to know how a mystery movie ends before they go in to watch it.
Yeah.
We're setting up some weird voting subscription thing where you just press the face of the person that you like. We're doing TikTok dances. What is this? What have we become? Don Simpson, take us with you.
Chatting Pitch has been brought to you by Leslie Way and Matthew D. Smith. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to listen to others and maybe even subscribe. You can follow us on the website, formerly known as Twitter.
Listen to us on Spotify or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Leslie and Matthew have their own side hustles as well. Feel free to check out Leslie's YouTube channel or Matthew's Medium blog. Links in the description. If you want anything else, we might have other links in the description if we think of anything interesting to add. Thank you for listening. I love you.